Hello and welcome. I'm Karin Giannone. This is BBC World News Today. President Obama says he's willing to work with Russia and Iran to end the war in Syria. After nearly 5 years of conflict there, can world leaders gathered at the United Nations General Assembly break the deadlock?
Yes, realism dictates that compromise will be required to end the fighting and ultimately stamp out ISIL. But realism also requires a managed transition away from Assad and to a new leader.
But President Putin says the West should work with Assad. Can he resolve his differences with Mr. Obama when the pair hold rare face-to-face talks at the UN? Also ahead, a breakthrough on Mars. NASA says flowing water essential to life has been found on the red planet. A major victory for the Taliban as they apparently take the city of Kunduz in the north of Afghanistan. And the noxious revelations from the VW scandal keep on pouring out. Now Audi's among the other brands admitting their cars were also fitted with the same controversial software. Well, we start with the annual gathering of world leaders at the UN General Assembly in New York, where over the past few hours, lofty speeches have been made about the importance of maintaining world order, respecting democracy and working together to solve global problems. The conflict in Syria is at the centre of diplomatic activity, with rare face-to-face talks between Presidents Obama and Putin expected to take place in just a few hours' time. Laura Trevelyan is at the UN headquarters in New York. Laura. Harun Najafizada there in Kabul. Let's just show you the latest pictures that we've got in. They are from a local TV station, Tolo TV. So they're unverified, but they show what they appear to show. This is prisoners escaping from a jail in Kunduz because the Taliban liberated, if you like, a prison there among the other things that were attacked. They freed prisoners from the local jail. They also set fire to the local intelligence agency headquarters. That's according to witnesses there. So it is a very big advance for the Taliban there in the northern Afghan city of Kunduz in that massive assault. Let's just take you through some of the day's other news stories. A strong typhoon has just made landfall in Taiwan after torrential rain and high winds disrupted trains and flights for travellers heading home from a long holiday weekend. Hundreds of thousands of households are without water. Over 1 million have had power cuts. Meanwhile, China has issued its top alert as the storm heads for the mainland. President Abdullah Yameen of the Maldives has escaped unharmed from an explosion on his speedboat. His wife and several officials suffered minor injuries. A presidential spokesman said the boat was badly damaged. A government minister told the BBC investigators weren't ruling anything out. Political parties pushing for independence from Spain have won a majority of seats in Catalonia's regional parliament, but they failed to win a majority of all the votes cast. The leader of the main separatist alliance says he'll now push for an independent state, but his opponents insist the majority rejected separatism. Let's just bring you an update on events surrounding FIFA. We've been following the story of the crisis facing world football's governing body for some time now. On Friday, you may remember, Swiss prosecutors opened a criminal investigation into FIFA President Sepp Blatter. They suspect him of signing a contract that was, quote, unfavourable to FIFA and making a so-called disloyal payment to UEFA President Michel Platini. Sepp Blatter has released a statement via his lawyer. But let's remind you of our main news this hour. President Obama has told the United Nations he will work with any nation, including Russia and Iran, to end the conflict in Syria. President Putin has finished addressing the United Nations General Assembly. He has called for the creation of an international coalition to fight so-called Islamic State in Syria. Presidents Obama and Putin are due to meet in the next few hours. We'll of course update you on whatever happens in that meeting here on BBC World News. I'm on Twitter at KarinBBC. Thanks very much for being with us here on World News Today.
Well, Mother Nature's